Hey Vikings fans, breaking news just dropped, and you won't believe what we've got in store. This is one of those stories that will have you on the edge of your seat. So before we dive in, smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss the latest and greatest updates on our Minnesota Vikings. Now let's get into it. All right, Vikings Nation, we have to talk about one of the most shocking developments from this past Sunday's thrilling win over the Chicago Bears. Everyone's talking about it. Justin Jefferson had his quietest game of the season. Wait, what? Yes, you heard that right. Jefferson, who is usually a game-breaking machine, only had 2 catches for 27 yards, and one of those came in overtime. Can you believe it? In fact, this was only the 6th time in 67 career games that Jefferson has been held under 30 receiving yards. But hold on, don't panic just yet. The good news here is that even when the star receiver wasn't putting up huge numbers, his presence was still huge. He drew 2 pass interference flags, and because of the attention he demands, his teammates had monster games. Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson combined for an incredible 276 yards on 15 catches. That's some serious production, and it's all thanks to the defensive attention that Jefferson was drawing. Now, here's where things get interesting. After the game, something Jefferson said last Thursday started going viral on social media. The quote made the rounds as if he had said it right after the Bears game, and it's got everyone talking. When asked how he'd cover himself if he were a defensive coordinator, Jefferson gave a hilarious response. "I would do the same," he said with a laugh. "It's either let everybody else go off or let Justin go off. I'ma let everybody else go off. That would be my game plan. I mean, come on. If you were the defensive coordinator, wouldn't you be forced to pick your poison against this guy?" Well, after that, Bears safety Jaquan Brisker jumped on social media and quote-tweeted Jefferson's line, saying, "This is actually called the Jalen Johnson effect. So he couldn't go off." He even went on to praise his teammate, Jalen Johnson, calling him the best CB in the league. But hold up, that's where things get a little fishy. Jalen Johnson may be a solid cornerback, but his impact in Sunday's game wasn't exactly what Brisker made it out to be. In fact, Jefferson drew both pass interference penalties on Johnson. The first one was a 35-yard penalty that set up a touchdown for Jalen Nailor, who was wide open because Johnson was too focused on Jefferson. And let's not forget, during the game-winning drive in overtime, Jefferson caught a key 20-yard pass from Josh Dobbs, while Johnson struggled to cover him. But here's the kicker. The Bears weren't just relying on Johnson to stop Jefferson. They had additional defenders shadowing him throughout the game. This double coverage was the main reason why Addison, with 162 yards and a TD, and Hawkinson, with 114 yards, were able to have huge games. Even Hawkinson himself had some words of praise for Jefferson, saying, "He takes coverage from us to let us be able to do our jobs." They continued to keep a guy over top of him. That guy's a dog. The best receiver probably ever. We're all so fortunate to be able to play with him. Now, here's where it gets even more intense. According to Pro Football Focus, Jalen Johnson had his worst game of the season, earning a 43.2 grade, the lowest mark for any Bears starter on Sunday. So, while Brisker may be giving Johnson all the credit, the truth is, Jefferson's impact was felt throughout the entire game, even when the stats didn't fully reflect it. So here's the big question, Vikings fans. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you believe Jefferson was truly shut down by Jalen Johnson? Or was it just a classic case of the defense doing everything they could to contain the best receiver in the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. And remember, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because you won't want to miss any more explosive updates like this one. Until next time, Skol Vikings!